Wembley gave Harry Redknapp his finest moment as Portsmouth manager. Now he's leading Spurs in what looks like being a season to remember.
Oh, that's magnificent! Pavlyuchenko for Spurs, and he scores! Pavlyuchenko, 4-0 Spurs. Fabulous finish, and they are heading for the FA Cup semi-finals.
Avram Grant stands in Spurs' way now, and could Portsmouth's sorry season yet take a happy turn?
They are really flying here, and Chelsea complete the drumming.
Oh, that's wonderfully timed. He's tucked it away.
Of course, the smart money says Redknapp will be returning to Wembley in a month or so for the final. He and the Spurs contingent, who featured in a final in Portsmouth colours a couple of years ago. And this is expected to be a kind of farewell to the big time for Portsmouth today, beset by troubles at every turn, of course. Or is there to be another twist in their amazing season? We're back at Wembley this afternoon. It is the second of this season's FA Cup semi-finals between the 8 times winners Tottenham Hotspur. Hotspur just assembling in the tunnel area at Wembley. A warm greeting to all our viewers at this point across Canada and Australia watching with us on Setanta Sports today. Brian Kerr, Chelsea yesterday, no problems. All the money today says Spurs, no problems. Do you agree?
Well, they look a lot stronger this week than they did last week on to Sunderland, with Dawson back in the team, Carlucca, Bentley and Huddleston. Better balance about them. Defoe and Crouch is his best pair up front. Portsmouth stronger looking and a bit of a threat with Prince Boateng, former Spurs man, Piccone, Dindan back in the team, but not so strong in the centre-back position. They got a 0-0 at Blackburn last week, but I don't fancy Rakina and Rocca. Rocca was at Spurs and I felt he was awful, not way out of his depth at this level. I think that's a weakness for them. Mullins left back, Steve Finnan right back, James experience, capable of a mistake.
Thank you, Brian. Pat Dolan is alongside Will Downing in the commentary box for this one.
Hello everybody. When Portsmouth last played at Wembley, Harry Redknapp was manager and would be a free man of the borough for all time. Now on Pompey's return, 2 years on, they're no longer a top-flight side, having suffered relegation yesterday. Their squad has been ravaged by injuries under taxman, and Harry is on the opposing bench. The vagaries of football, but Pompey can at least console themselves by having an FA Cup final appearance and victory under their belts, much more recently than Tottenham can. So upset was Harry Redknapp after last weekend's Premier League defeat to the hands of Sunderland and old boy Darren Bent that he's made 5 changes from the 11 that went dark at the Stadium of Light. 2 of those changes are necessary. Pavlyuchenko, Gudjonsson and Esuokoto dropped to the bench. Kabul and Walker are a cup tie. After knocks detected midweek, Dawson, Carlucca and Huddleston are all fit to start. Peter Crouch and Jermaine Defoe return to the starting lineup, bidding to reach another cup final after previous efforts at other clubs. Between them, they've 35 goals this season, but are probably safe to say that neither will be on penalty duties, not within the 120 minutes anyway. With David James and Kevin Prince Boateng fit again, Portsmouth makes 7 changes in their 0-0 draw against Blackburn last weekend through a combination of injury, suspension and cup ties. Kanu, John Utaka, Richard Hughes, Angelos Bassinas and Jamie Ashdown stand down. Jamie O'Hara is on loan from Tottenham and ineligible, with Anthony Van den Boris suspended after his 2 yellow cards at Fratton Park last week. Boateng returns from an ankle injury to play wide on the left. He and Dindan supporting frontman Frederick Piquion, who netted twice in the quarter-finals against Birmingham. Hassan Yebda and Mark Wilson also returned from injury to join Michael Brown in midfield, while David James has recovered from a calf injury to take his place in goal. Steve Finnan, the other returnee. Not such an unusual visit to Wembley for Tottenham Hotspur fans these days. 3rd season in a row that they've been at Football HQ. But Pat Dolan, this is the worst game of the world to lose, isn't it? In the Cup.
You know, I always say that because you don't get the opportunity to play in the final, but losing finals is pretty rotten as well. When you lose any game of football, it's got to hurt players, but Don't believe this is just a foregone conclusion. Of course, Spurs are going to be overwhelming favourites. But just remember, Ross County. Celtic fans will know sometimes funny things happen. Portsmouth, nothing to lose. They played the poor card, but even look at that bench. Papa Bouba Diop, John Utaka, Tommy Smith, can you? You wouldn't get much change out of 200 grand a week paying their wages. Maybe that's the madness, but Harry Redknapp's going to get a lively welcome, but he wants to shut up the Portsmouth fans by saying, don't listen to the idiots, I made money for Pompey.
Well, their Premier League status has not been clinched, and they do know they'll be playing Championship football next season, but could they be playing European football? Harry Redknapp, who won the Cup as Portsmouth manager in 2008. A couple of boos for him now that he appears on the big screen. A few cheers for Avram Grant, who's had to lift Portsmouth's spirits so much from the day that they got those 9 points docked.
Yeah, you see the reaction of the two managers. This is Pompey's Cup final, they've got nothing to lose. They know they've got a puncher's chance, and this is a really uncomfortable atmosphere here for Harry Redknapp. But he's coped with it before, they've had a terrific season, but now this is the business end. Top four's going to be tough. FA Cup is close. They want to get this done and dusted and get to a cup final that Tottenham fans feels their destiny.
Man in the middle for this FA Cup semi-final is Alan Wiley, who's shown 5 red cards this season. A sunshine day at Wembley. Portsmouth a day after relegation from the Premier League, up against old manager Harry Redknapp, who's 5 days from a court case. Nothing like football, nothing like the FA Cup to clear the mind and lighten the heart, until 6 o'clock anyway. Portsmouth are defending the end that they scored at in the FA Cup final in 08.
Tell you what, Will, the atmosphere is fantastic, and it's the Pompey fans that are ramping it up. They're loving every minute of this.
Always a great atmosphere at Wembley these days. Wonderful stadium. The stands just go so deep behind massive cavernous tunnels that you walk through to come out into the Wembley air. They have done a magnificent job at this stadium, even if it did come in years late.
Well, they haven't done a magnificent job on the pitch. Looking at the players beforehand, there was a lot of attention given to what studs, what boots, because this is a tricky surface.
Huddleston for Gareth Bale, the young Welshman who's had a magnificent season and a great run down the left-hand side, taking on Steve Finnan, the Irish Champions League winner.
But you see how he just slipped at the end there, and just puts a doubt in the player's mind when they move at speed.
So Luca. The Croatian triangle not complete today, with Nico Kranjčar starting from the bench. Luka Modric and Luka are in the starting 11. Kevin Prince Boateng, the German under-21 international, back in the starting 11 today. And on was by Defoe and into the sunshine. And the control by Piquion. Goal-scoring hero in round 6 against Birmingham. And facing Dawson. Not a bad idea, tried to put it through towards Michael Brown. Modric. Support close by from Defoe. Bale down this left-hand side. Huddleston instead. Modric was just losing his way. Clipped by Aruna Dindan. Free kick it is to Tottenham. And prospects.
Yeah, good positive play. I just feel he just slips again. It's almost like Formula One, where the teams have to put on the right tyres, and this pitch you have to get the right boots on. He looks great in pink though, doesn't he?
40 years old he will be in August. 3 times a cup finalist, but only once a winner. Bale running over, Bentley to strike. Burn header away by Makuena. And the said about the rebound, perhaps the better.
Well, his eyes went to heaven. It's a poor delivery from the free kick. He can strike them from here, but not like that. Very laid back is our Tom.
Well, he's had a super season. He's come a long way since playing and scoring in an under-21 international at Turner's Cross a couple of years ago. England's senior debut against Brazil in November. Always good in the air is Peter Crouch, but then he spends most of his time there anyway, without jumping. Foul by Michael Brown, who's twice played for Harry Redknapp without supposedly ever seeing eye to eye with him. Corner it is.
New kit today for Pompey.
They'll be wearing in the Championship next season. Get your orders in now. They need every penny. Bentley with it. Good one. Firm header in as well by Gianluca. Defoe in the right place. Leading scorer in the Cup for Tottenham this season, but couldn't add to it at Wembley.
Yeah, good delivery, but doesn't Gianluca do really well there. And great defending. It's a vital interception here by McQuainer. He just touches it first.
Bentley from the left this time. One header away by Wilson was enough. Dindan couldn't get onto it. Modric could. Good ball. Looking for Crouch. Won't find it. Should have been a corner.
I think it's one of those where the referee's looking at it and saying, well, perhaps it's a foul. Perhaps he feels that McQuainer is being pushed, but I do think it's come off McQuainer's head.
12 goals this season and a Cup winners' medal in that 6-goal thriller against West Ham. Which quite a few of the Pompey squad of today played in. He's in search of Defoe, but it has found Modric. Now Bale down the left again. Nice Modric flick for Huddleston. Less wonderful a flick by Hassan Yebda. One of a raft of players in on loan.
And they're up for it, the Pompey players. Every tackle has been cheered by the crowd.
Was a Cup winner in Portugal last season, was Yebda. The League Cup with Benfica, who were managed at the time by Quique Flores, who's now in charge of Atletico. And Liverpool fans will know all about very soon. Bale tried to run onto it. And what did he do? Lost his footing. But what a magnificent campaign Gareth Bale is enjoying. Having gone so long without being on a winning team in a Premier League game. I'd have thought pink would have been your colour, Pat. Dindan with Yebda in support. And Finnan. Wilson. Irish having played for both sides of the border at underage level. No whistle as the ball was crossing the Portsmouth border there. Foe would probably claim otherwise. Former Spurs man tangling and just slightly elbowing Ricardo Rocha.
I don't know what Rocha is complaining about. There was no contact to his face, so I think he knew he made contact. Sometimes players do that when they know the referee might interpret it is deliberate. I don't think it was. It's a good decision by the referee.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the first touch in play for Aurelio Gomez, the Spurs Brazilian keeper. Whose solidness has increased the longer he's played in England. Less so when he first arrived from PSV. Well, he's covered an awful lot of ground so far. Bentley beat two, but couldn't get into the area. Wilson Palacios. Content passing from Tottenham. Pushing forward slowly when necessary. Ramping up the gear when necessary. And Palacios knocked by Mark Wilson again. Free kick again. Very swiftly taken. Needed a quick header out by Aaron Makuena for another corner. Portsmouth have had a lot of the ball, but Tottenham with a lot of the pressure.
Yeah, he's done well so far, Makuena. Crouch is a handful, Defoe a handful. There's a contrast to the defensive demands that they challenge you with.
Second attempt from Modric and back for David Bentley. James will come. Too many cooks. Corner it is. Surely there was a shout, which Piquion would have heard. And if James didn't give a shout, not doing his job.
Yeah, but that's where Peter Crouch spooks you. You know that the cross is over here, but with Crouch there, you know, he's a man that can retrieve it, and that's what caused the panic.
Crouch hanging around the area for Bentley's corner, and Crouch got the head to it. James has saved it. Off Makuenu again for another corner. Defoe couldn't get a touch, but Portsmouth under siege, just like all season.
Yeah, it's a decent save because he sees it late. He's not quite sure whether it's going to be cleared beforehand, and he's trying to react in case there's another deflection. So that was good goalkeeping.
Bentley's right-footed kick was good. Makuenu got the head in it again, and maybe a Portsmouth break going on here. Good running by Piquion. Maybe doesn't need any support. Gomez saw the deflection and saved well.
Yeah, doesn't strike it properly.
Bale. Hit his hand, but play on. Cross was too deep. Dindan. Yepta went flying, but again no whistle. He would arrive belatedly. Yepta, who's been a shrewd acquisition from Benfica. They maybe have been at death's door for a lot of the season, but they've signed some impressive players from impressive clubs. Yepta with an impressive elbow on Huddleston. He's come from Benfica. Dindan from Lens, Piquion from Lyon, Rocha from Stade Liège. But they won't buy. They will all return in the summer.
Well, certainly you can see that with this Pompey support behind this team, Avram Grant's instructions to the team are, we may not be able to outplay Tottenham, but we can outfight them. And there's the pest, Michael Brown. He'll be pushing, kicking people, talking to people, trying to upset the rhythm of this Spurs team. Two different tactical systems. Spurs 4-4-2, but pushing the fullbacks on to try and make sure they don't get numerically outweighed in the middle of the park. And a very definite 4-5-1 for Portsmouth.
Long by Torluca. Controlled by Hayden Mullins. He's been popular everywhere he's been. Now here's opportunities. Piquion floating around. Cameron Prince-Boateng is in there too. And it needed a mass rank of the entire Tottenham back forward to congregate. Now here goes Crouch. Portsmouth having to funnel back quickly. Modric needs the cavalry. He has Crouch, but only temporarily. Modric with a chance. Couldn't keep it down, but it's end to end. It's like pinball. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's surprisingly open. Mark Wilson made a poor decision here. Tries to play it. Good little nick from Modric. Lovely nutmeg. Poor strike. I do think, though, Will, you'll find a lot of shots going over the bar because players aren't confident in planting their non-striking foot. They're worried about it slipping, and that means there's not total concentration on the strike of the ball.
Controlled by Crouch, taking on and only for a second beating Mark Wilson, but also beat the touchline as well. 2 years, a long time in football, but still battling for their top four finish, and they will be, one way or another, in Europe next season. Maybe Europa League, through the league, maybe through the cup, maybe, just maybe, in the Champions League. But for Avram, if he stays, no. Overseas forays, their European licence, one of 101 things which has been withdrawn for next season. So they shan't be playing. The foul. Former Portsmouth boy, which explains the Bulls. Palacios for Huddleston, moving it well. Bentley, not a bad cross. Scott for another corner kick, which couldn't be prevented. Mark Wilson with the touch.
It's a funny rule, that one, though, Will, about Portsmouth not being allowed to play in Europe, because you can win the Champions League with £500 million of debt, but if you're Portsmouth, you can't handle 100 million.
Here goes Bentley, 4 to aim for, and he found one of them in Basong, who'd come up from the back. Also there, Michael Dawson, wearing the captain's armband, as has been regular this season. I suppose you could argue it's like the situation with a lot of Irish clubs who've had their permission to play in Europe taken away for myriad of reasons.
Yeah, but I think if Pompey get to a cup final and they end up winning the cup, the character that the players and Avram Grant and the supporters coming together, that's the kind of achievement that deserves the reward of European football.
Well, they had tasted it last season, which peaked with that 2-2 home draw against AC Milan. And Dindan and Palacios have tangled. But who was holding the smoking gun?
Yeah, but he's saying here that he's slipped, and he's gone, and he has slipped. And he's trying to explain to the referee. He's showing him, look, there he is, puts his foot, and his right foot slips through. That's how dangerous this surface is.
But the notebook of Alan Wiley is out. And if those are the appeals of Aruna Dindan, I doubt they'll be listened to. First came to world notice by those 2 goals he scored in the World Cup. The Ivory Coast against Serbia. And they're in the group of death with Argentina. Not a bad wall pass off Wiley for Bale. Quickly off by Modric. Bale's cross is long. Crouch couldn't get there. He was very much crowded out. And a quick glance at Alan Wiley also. Tottenham throw. Fans' position. Their fans on that goal away to the left. Wonderfully divided Wembley Stadium half and half with those deep stands at that end, hoping to cheer a Tottenham goal at that end. Not so great a view if you're behind the goal and you're looking at what's happening at the other end. And with the downside to the stadium going back so far. At least there's no pillars now. Apart from this one, Crouch. Defoe. Bale was on the overlap down the left-hand side. Modric was being harried yet again, and a very quick one for Crouch. Now Bale. Portsmouth not cut out though. Good opportunity on the turn, but no chance to pounce for Defoe. Dindan slip, followed by a recovery. Yebda. Good swift passing between he and Prince Boateng. Just couldn't finish off the move the same way. Tottenham, the football connoisseurs, as once described in a Chaz and Dave song. FA Cup experts, their 18th semi-final. Only Manchester United and Arsenal have more, and this semi-final being lit up by a great run. Defoe with the pullback, couldn't find Crouch. But what wonderful creativity here.
Well, it was helped by Wilson. He slipped, he's got a job to do in front of the back four, shielding them.
What were you saying? You have not accidentally tuned to the Masters, that comes later. It is an example of a horrific divot, the likes of which, if this goes into extra time, and the fact that there's been 2 semi-finals here this weekend. They did fire their groundsman as well, though he has claimed the position of scapegoat. He's had a lot of support as well by some of his former colleagues that none of this is his fault. Palacios with the head, he'll drop down. Dindan! Pompey corner kick. There first.
No rush to take this now. They'll try and keep the score 0-0 for as long as possible. They'll be hoping they can nick one, Pompey.
And it's the former Spurs man, Boateng with it. Not a bad one either, but what a good header away, and actually flick away by Bentley.
But these Portsmouth fans don't care how they get to this final. They'd love extra time, love penalties if that's what it takes.
Pushed through by Prince Boateng. Getting in the wars, getting stuck in, Aruna Dindan.
He's got to be careful because he clapped the referee sarcastically. Could have been interpreted as a disrespectful gesture. Second yellow card, moving off the pitch.
Would be awfully harsh. And Dindan, only 4 minutes since he was yellow carded. Drops from Modric, good chip, flag stays down, but not for long. Defoe almost through, that the flag of Peter Kirkup on the far side. David Richardson, the assistant on the near side. Fourth official is Stuart Atwell, by the way. Just about, but out there the marginal ones that most people prefer that could be play on. Opportunity, Dindan. Now he's in the groove, and Portsmouth likewise. 2 corners in a minute.
It's end to end. Portsmouth is so up for this game. Comes off the song, could have gone anywhere. No one on the post, Will.
In by Boateng again. Good firm head away by Bale. Back into the danger zone for Piquillon. If only. But what pace to this game. No time to breathe. Scarcely time to analyse. And here's Bale. A lot of space. Good cross. Crouch and Defoe both waiting. Bentley content with the throw. Huddleston's come up, and it was a nice blindside move. So Luka with it to his fellow Croat, and what a strike that was by Modric! Wembley always brings out the best in everyone.
This is about his first touch. It's just so good as he shifts and turns in the same movement, but it's got to be a wonder strike to beat David James from there. That was a better chance. It's not easy when it comes over your head for Piquillon, but you have to say that you wouldn't expect Portsmouth to have too many clear-cut chances this afternoon. If they are going to cause a surprise and they come their way, they have to take them. He's not in agreeing with me.
Leading scorer for Portsmouth this season with 10. Dindan. Boateng waiting in the middle, Piquillon in close quarters. He won't be found. Well, he will. Not the way he would have expected. The slip by Modric. Free kick it is in a great position for Portsmouth. Boateng winning it. Basson giving away. And Gomez now knows, if he hasn't been tested already, give it time. That's the first free kick for a foul Portsmouth have been awarded in the game.
Wouldn't the Prince knocked to silence? A lot of detractors of White Hart Lane. He's a talented lad.
Wilson to the right, Prince Boateng to the left. Gomez dive was in vain.
Never looked as though it was going in, or going away from the goal. Gomez just making sure.
Well, the club he joined Tottenham from will have the best stadium in second division football anywhere in the world next season. Hertha Berlin, the Olympic Stadium. Like Portsmouth, only a matter of time for them. The problem from their point of view, not the amount of points taken away, just the lack of points they've won. Bale in a lot of space again. Huddleston.
Good play from Portsmouth there, though. Huddersfield had it. It's no easy pass for Spurs to make to progress.
Modric, good quick short ball. Defoe with space. Messi only needed an inch, but Defoe got that. Couldn't find a way through. Huddleston. Aim for Crouch. Denied by his England colleague.
He knows that's a great chance. This is a fantastic ball from Tom Huddleston. He knows it's him against Rocha. That should be in the back of the net.
Well, Tottenham's previous record of more FA Cup triumphs than anyone else has been long beaten and long consigned to history, but I don't think, unless another world war breaks out, that anybody will beat Portsmouth's record of the longest retention of the FA Cup. They held it for 7 years by virtue of winning the FA Cup in 1939. Didn't need to give it back until 1946. It has been a season of many battles for them. This now their defining game of the season. Bale with Modric in support. Too far and simple for Mark Wilson. Target of a big tug of war, but it will help the starters, help the resume to be featuring in a cup semi-final. Dindan on the charge, good cross, too far. Yebda, support from Boateng. Beyond Piquion, picked by Gomez.
Two great wide positions for Portsmouth. The problem with the system they're playing is there's only one player in the box. When you get the ball out wide, Portsmouth have to get runners coming from deep in midfield. But it was started off beautifully by Mark Wilson in his own penalty area, showing great composure.
Finnan, who has played at a World Cup in green, and maybe Wilson will one day. Lovely ball by Yebda, controlled by Dindan. Piquion, surrounded. Palacios did so well. A national hero back home in Honduras. Luka. The foe arrived, hurried by Roca. Crouch will go up, James will deny. Will that be the battle of the day? First foot wrong that Gareth Bale has put today. Dindan decked.
Just a little hand in the back there. That's what the referee's seen. Didn't need any encouragement to go down. Wasn't saying he slipped this time, was he? Never changes, does he? He's a warrior. He was looking well before the game, Harry.
Last time he managed at Wembley was Dave Jones, who was in the opposing camp, and everybody in Portsmouth loved him. Had forgiven him for stepping away down the coast.
Well, they like to say that he was Agent Redknapp, going to Southampton, getting them relegated, coming back. But it's a nasty old business at times, and he did a very good job for Portsmouth.
Portsmouth free kick given away. That is Mark Wilson, who'll need a bit of attention. Sixth season at the club, and who previous managers have wanted to give as much experience around the country with. An awful lot of loan moves. Most recently, Luton Town, who are battling to get back into league football. They and Oxford. They look pensive on the touchline and pensive up there as well. Hang on, bit of movement. Haven't seen something. Enjoying it so far anyway, are you?
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting game. Tottenham, such overwhelming favourites. They've got the talent and there's pace in this Portsmouth team as well. They've got the England goalkeeper, experienced centre-halves, and Steve Finnan. He's been there, done it, at right back. Paid money for Hayden Mullins. You know Michael Brown will get stuck in. Mark Wilson's there to shield people. Hassan Yebda gives him a bit of energy. Kevin Prince Boateng has a point to prove to Spurs. Dindan's a good player, and up front, I think Piquion has led the line very well on occasions this season in difficult circumstances, and he scored goals.
As if Harry Redknapp hasn't had enough old boys making a point this month.
It's just about Spurs staying patient.
Bentley with Chorluka on the overlap, decided to go the direct way. Only played 14 league games for Tottenham. Good first-time ball by Modric. Shuffle of the feet. Now the man with the golden boots, Yepta. Wilson on this near side, and Picquion in support. Good passing move by Portsmouth, but is there a finish in them? There is, at the very least, their third corner of the game.
Yeah, we see the movement there of Picquion. He's prepared to go into the channel, make himself available. Didn't have a lot on in the box. Intelligent play to get a corner. And look, Portsmouth slowed it down. They go in at half-time 0-0. That's okay, they'll be buoyant. The fans will be buoyant. Spurs will be nervous.
Short one by Prince Boateng, not a bad idea for Dindan. But the deflection of Modric was enough to take the sting away. Dawson, big tangle. Again, play on. Prince Boateng screaming for it. Dindan was in close attention. Stead in by Wilson. Fits and recovered again, and Avram Grant will be pleased. No unnecessary precautions taken these days when there's a splash of blood on the pitch. There goes Bale. Basson going forward for the first time today for Crouch. And Palacios for Huddleston. Just a calm about Tottenham. It was a great ball in to find Bale. Sweeping first-time cross by the Welshman.
Yeah, it was a very difficult ball from Huddleston to execute. Does it perfectly. But Peter Crouch doesn't really believe in Bale's ability to get in there, and he's just drifting. Would have been a wonder goal.
Van Basten-esque would have been. Premium of opportunities, but super pace to this FA Cup semi-final. Chelsea awaiting. Maybe a rematch of the '67 Cup final, which was the first All-London affair. Bale. No trouble for Yepta. Dindan. Yepta. Portsmouth flying. Great ball. Flag stayed down for Picquion. Gomez in the right place, still alive for Dindan. And how alert these days is Gomez to how he used to be.
Yeah, top play from Yepta, wins the ball from Bale. What a fantastic ball. Picquion timed his run beautifully, it's a good save.
It's Tottenham breaking now. The winner was too by Chorluka, and a very fine, firm block by Mullins. And now it's Portsmouth's turn to surge. Breathless stuff, half-time. Cannot come quickly enough if you have to talk through it. Picquion through. Didn't quite strike it properly. Gomez.
No, but what Gomez did really well, he stood up. And what Picquion was waiting for is for Gomez to help make his mind up. But he stood up strong. And then he wasn't quite sure where to strike it, and just hit it and hoped. Good goalkeeping.
Yepta's done the trick again. Basson this time had got in the way, and now Portsmouth are flying forward, and it's 5 on 5. Good ball, floated through, it'll fall for Yepta. Probably too unselfish. Modric with a back heel to set Bale going for Tottenham. He can go. Pull back was the good idea, but beyond Crouch. And now here come Portsmouth. It's been played at the pace of an under-12s game, but it is no less entertaining for that. Defoe. Good running, 5 around him. Couldn't find Crouch. Found himself again. Modric. And Huddleston.
It's an important moment there, Will. Bale destroyed Finnan. Tottenham would have recognised that.
So Luca aimed for Crouch. Good control. Back for Huddleston. Oh, that's not a bad try. Innocuous, but almost deadly.
Created a great chance with his left foot for Crouch. Here he is on the left-hand side as well. Can hit him off both feet. That's very clever. And might well have hit the crossbar, but James couldn't take any chances. So watchable, this.
I think it's the best 0-0 I've ever seen. What a remarkable game. Which won't have its first goal that way. From Peter Crouch.
What does that do? Just builds the creeping frustration. Spurs fans are looking at it and saying, we have to beat this mob. And Portsmouth fans are saying, we'd love to beat Spurs, love to beat Crouch, Defoe and Redknapp.
James almost beat him, but what a magnificent save from a 39-and-a-half-year-old. Twice Tottenham have beaten Portsmouth this season. 2-0 just a few weeks ago at the Lane. 2-1 at Fratton Park just before Halloween. Last season, though, they got nothing. 1-1 draw at home. Portsmouth winning 2-0 at Fratton Park when Harry Redknapp was still in charge. Defoe and Crouch getting the goals, but in white today.
Just feeling his hamstring, but he's just saying to our front guard, listen, I'm okay, just give me a few more minutes. Very difficult at this stage of a long, hard season. He's concerned about it.
Back on the pitch is Mullins, who will struggle on for the time being.
Angelos Bassinas, he was desperate to get on this Wembley pitch.
Big 12 months for him there. Now a Greek centurion, 100 caps for his country. Crouch released. Cross, penetrating, testing. Roger got the header away. Look on the overlap again. Thought he'd kept the ball in play. The whistle told him otherwise. The flag of Peter Kirkhope.
Does it go out?
No,
it doesn't.
not at all. Not even close. Heinzman was right there.
Well, it was kind of close, wasn't it?
If you're standing there, no. Defending officials? What's going on? Portsmouth regrouping with the throw. Finnan. Not too far that time for Bikion, and Basson happy to mop up. These big occasions are always great days to remember. And those of you old enough shouldn't have too much difficulty in recalling the last time these two sides played if I give you a reminder that it was Paul Gascoigne's unbelievable season after coming back from the World Cup. 1-0 down with around 20 minutes to go at Fratton Park. Gaza inspired them, scored twice. Brought them into that semi-final meeting with Arsenal, in which he would famously score at the end that Tottenham are attacking. Bentley. Crouch definitely looked to be held, but played on and then couldn't keep his feet. Basson. Huddleston, 5 to aim for in a more advanced position than he. But he tried to backtrack. It was the wrong decision. Dindan on the way. Piquillon. Dindan back for the return. Yebda in the middle. Piquillon within. And if they are to prosper, it will be from a free kick. Tom Huddleston, the offender. And it's 1-1 on yellow cards.
Same excuse from Tom Huddleston. He's saying that he slipped, and he did. Same result though, yellow card. He gave it away in the first place.
Perfect reversal of what had happened 25 minutes ago when Dindan was but. Pointing at the divot. Alan Wiley might nearly be tempted to ask which one.
Remember years ago, players used to dream on playing on the Wembley surface.
Here's Boateng, straight to Gomez. Well, they still do, it's just a nightmare now.
Jermaine Defoe's been very quiet. First 45 had one decent chance. Beat to the ball by McQuainer.
Regards the pitch, I don't want to use too local an example, but Croke Park had that problem for a long time. From 1995, and it's restructure. Over Crouch. On the deck again, and more appeals which go unanswered by Alan Wiley. And Piquillon has pushed it on for Yebda. Seemed to catch himself out. Modric. Modric for Crouch, who can turn, deflected. Second attempt. James was beaten, corner it will be. Well, he's morated down the right wing all day, David Bentley. And it had to happen that one would arrive at the back post for him eventually.
Yeah, this is all about the quality of Modric, though. You can just see Prince Boateng's losing his discipline on the left-hand side of midfield. There's not much cover for Mullins.
Long run up by Bentley. Firm header away by Roca. And he would evade everybody. The man in pink. And James has hit it long. And an awkward bounce. Dindan won't find a way around the back. Fair reflection of the first half, 0-0.
Yeah, I think so. Tottenham have been the more assured team. Portsmouth had tremendous tenacity and arguably the best chances. You'd expect Tottenham to have slightly more of the ball. The fans here today, they really are a 12th man for Pompey.
They making up the half of the stadium to the right as we see it. Dawson's long pass will have no time to have any effect. It has been absorbing, somehow scoreless. David James having to save a number of times, particularly from a fine header by Crouch and a great strike by Huddleston. The goalkeepers are dominating it. Half-time at Wembley. Tottenham 0, Portsmouth 0.
But it is a real cut tie, end to end. And by no means is it all Spurs. Brian Kerr's half-time verdict next.
Didn't see that was a penalty, and it was the cup semi-final, and it had a major effect if Aston Villa had got ahead. Hopefully there won't be as controversial as incident to that, but this is looking very tight, and Spurs have plenty of work on their hands to get through here. At this stage it won't be a surprise if Portsmouth win.
On Tottenham, Modric, Defoe, Bentley, these guys, how do they get them into the game more second half?
Well, I think we've already seen Modric starting to drift inside and try to find a bit of space to get on the ball. He's been marked quite tightly. So, you know, I think with Spurs, they've got to play with a higher tempo, move the ball around, move Portsmouth's players around the pitch and get better service into the fore. We haven't really seen them yet.
Thanks, Brian. Back to Pat and Will.
West Bromwich Albion, Portsmouth's last victims in an FA Cup semi-final 2 years ago. Tottenham's last semi, another North London derby against Arsenal. 9 years ago now, which ended in defeat. Maybe it's just about the only omen in Portsmouth's favour. But it's been a season where they'll take whatever they can get. They're playing into the goal in this second half where they netted the FA Cup winning goal. Defending the goal in which they netted the only strike in the semi-final. Against the Throssels. Long by Dawson. Within 30 seconds, a foul on Crouch for the first free kick of the second half. Makuena showing concern, but not before an elbow. Right under the nose of Alan Wiley as well. Placed by Bale with Bentley also over it. And by Bentley, a bad ball towards the edge to Dawson.
It's an important time for Portsmouth. We saw Fulham, thought they were doing well against Spurs in the last round in the replay. They absolutely had a barnstorming first 20 minutes of the second half and the game was over.
Defoe, good block. Absolutely needed to be. Good flick on by Crouch to find the awareness and the combination and the rapport between the two.
He's claiming it's offside. That's why it's so dangerous. You don't see him. It's great defending. It's a really, really strong foot here. I think that would have ended up in the back of the net. Temptation though, when you're doing well and you're the underdogs, you get in a half-time, you just relax a little bit. You just come out with that same intensity that you have at the start of a game.
Big week for Harry Redknapp, big season for Harry.
He doesn't speak to Kevin Bond much, does he, during the game? His assistant there on the right-hand side. They're in constant dialogue, these two.
Maybe everything's going to plan for Tottenham.
Little whispers here and there.
Modric for Huddleston. Aimed for Defoe, but a good intervention by Makuena. Yebda let it run. Easy for Modric. Not a bad ball either. Touched in by Bale to Crouch, who, despite his gangly frame, not even he could keep that one in. So how are you like with your assistants then?
Charming, generous, just like I am with my co-commentators. Did you call the West Brom Throssels, did you?
Old beyond my ears, I'm afraid.
Not the Baggies.
Yeah, the Throssels also. Crouch handled. I was actually a fan for that semi-final up in the Club Wembley section because a friend of mine has the 10-year tickets. Just hanging over the corner on this near side away to the right. Send at which Kanu scored. And then he did it again in the final. I watched Kanu throughout the entire game and I don't think I saw him run more than 10 yards all match. Very hot curries they serve at the stadium as well, I have to tell you. This is Prince Boateng with a good ball in and a great return. If only he could have got a finish to match it. Good combination.
He's desperate to score. he's taken up more advanced roles and he is breaking from midfield. Does allow, though, Bentley on the right-hand side just to have that extra space. Completely unmarked. Just a picky on that's coming back to try and take care of him.
Well gathered by Finnan.
So much experience, so much quality on the ball. But there was just that one run in that first half when Gareth Bale absolutely roasted him. I'm just really surprised that Tottenham haven't targeted that one-on-one. Bale versus Finnan. In terms of pace, there's only one winner.
For a side which enjoyed so much domination of the FA Cup in their formative years, even winning it as a non-league club. By Spurs standards, it's an awful long time since they've reached this stage of the Cup. And have some defending to do, and some quick defending also. I fancy it may have to be retaken, and that'll cause a bit of Tottenham ire.
Look at Brown. There he is, right in the middle of it, stirring things up. But if he says if it's taken too quickly, then what Michael Brown is saying, well, why didn't you book one of the Tottenham players for not letting us take it quickly?
Finnan's over it, 4 in the area, another couple outside. Massive bodies to aim for. Nobody connected with it properly until it reached Gomez. Brazilian sharpness.
It's goal scoring delivery. He just puts it into that area of uncertainty. It's a great save from Gomez. You look here, bounces, he gambles, just deflects it wide. Avram Grant be so disappointed though. No one was attacking that ball.
Maybe this time. Brown will take the corner. Yevda reaching for it, but wouldn't arrive. Good header away by Gareth Bale. Feels as if he's been around forever. Still only 20 years old. Quarter of a century of Welsh caps under his fledgling belt. Modric. Nice. Not so nice. Dindak. Bale to mop up.
Dindan's quick, so is Bale.
Just a bit too lackadaisical a ball by Bale for Gomez though, but the Brazilian had enough pace.
Well, at half-time against Fulham, when they found themselves down, Harry Redknapp made changes. They changed the game. How long will he wait now before making a substitution?
Bale's won it back. Interrupted cross. No trouble for David James. Wonder if he'll still go for Pink if Portsmouth reach the cup final. Arriving for the 96 decider with Liverpool, like the rest of the squad in those infamous white suits.
I like them. Well,
Thought you might, actually. Prince Boateng. Finnan. Blatant handball against Modric. Second half not quite being played with the intensity of the first so far, or the pace, but on a humid day like this, I doubt we can expect it, but we can continue to expect a lot of noise.
they're loving it. relegated yesterday. Here they are at Wembley Stadium. FA Cup semi-final. They're dreaming.
Wilson, Boateng and Ding Dan, and a throw. Yebda tried to force the corner. His intervention was enough, and Gomez has immediately found Modric. By far the finest team the world has ever seen. It's the same words that fans everywhere sing, but they have shown this year, Portsmouth, this season, that they have a lot of heart. They've not allowed their club to die or crumble. And their record after going into administration and having the points deducted, actually probably better than it was beforehand.
Well, let's see how many of them show loyalty to the club if their contracts are up and they cut their wages.
Up goes James in a very good play. There was a very good piece by our old friend John Rover on television the week they went on to administration on local TV down there. Dindan is trying to cause as much pain for Tottenham as possible, and picking on with the header. Gomez was well placed, but Portsmouth are finding their rhythm again in the second half. Modric with the short touch for Defoe, who'd come very deep. Well, how close Piquion has been to break the deadlock, not just in this half, but the previous one.
He's worked hard. He's missed chances. And people won't remember his sweat and his toil today. They will remember a goal if he scores. That's a good chance.
Bale. Crouch with the knock down, good idea for Defoe. Straight to James.
That's why Harry plays them together. They've got a great understanding. Look at the way he pulls away in space. Knock down was almost perfect. It's still a tough skill.
Time for the second wave. Pavlyuchenko being prepared, and maybe Gudjonsson to follow. Dindan. Against Boateng. Finnan remaining on the overlap if needed. Yebda. Mullins in a lot of space outside the area. If only somebody would glance across and see him. It's Boateng. The idea was good for Piquion. Not the execution, though. But their spirits remain high and buoyant, as does their potential. But Tottenham are now increasing their potential and their height. It took a while for Roman Pavlyuchenko to find his feet in English football. Only played 17 times this season, but he scored 10 goals. A healthy return, which he wishes to improve. Bentley. No problem for Russia to clear. A quick glance to Stuart Atwell. And Tottenham's throw will be delayed by Tottenham's substitution.
Yeah, he's going for Defoe. What a big call that is. He's not injured. And he's just making sure everyone knows it by jogging off.
Relatively early, not even the hour played. Defoe will go. Time for Roman to ramble. A cup winner back home with Spartak Moscow 7 years ago. The man who knocked England out of the European qualifiers. Croatia had a lot to do with that as well. With his brace at the Luzhniki. Became a star at Euro 2008. Time for his English star to rise now. Huddleston. Throw. Huddleston in a lot of space, but Bentley took his time. The cross has been conjured. First touch for the new boy. Bale with lots of pace. Good cut out of the cross. Away by Makuena. Space for Chorluka on this near side. They went for the alternate Croat. Bale with space. Seemed to come off the hands of Hayden Mullins. There's been no whistle. Crouch. Gracios for Chorluka. Look at the ground in front of him. Thought about the shot. Then hesitated. Then shot. And was lost.
This definitely hits his hand. Look at that.
Yeah.
How is that not handball? You tell me. The only decision the referee's got to make, was it inside or was it outside?
Lucky boy, Steve Finnan. Arms clearly raised, arms clearly out. Two men who will feel that their previous clubs did not appreciate them. Dindan, Yebdan, that will be a goal kick. Harry now vilified at Portsmouth, and Avram Grant sacked after reaching the Champions League final and runner-up in the league, runner-up in the League Cup final. Sore nose for the Algerian. Nice bit of fluidity from Pavlyuchenko. Bentley. Three previous meetings between these two in the Cup, and Tottenham have won them all. But nothing as important as this. Pavlyuchenko! Worth a try.
Yeah, he gives him something different, Pavlyuchenko. He's a big man, but he loves the ball. He loves just dropping into the little pocket behind the main strike. He'll drop deeper, try and link the play, look for little gives and goes. And there's a good touch. He just manages to strike.
Ten goals this season for Roman Pavlyuchenko. 4 of them in the Cup. He's netted when necessary on the road to Wembley. 2 against Bolton, 1 against Fulham, both in the replays. Having scored the goal to put Tottenham 2-0 up at home to Leeds, which started their complicated road here. Minimum of 4 games before you reach the semi-finals. Tottenham have played 7. Replays needed in the last 3 rounds against Leeds, Bolton and Fulham. Portsmouth only needing to do it twice, once, round 3, when they were sent to Coventry. Tottenham corner.
It was a great ball from Palacios. Threaded it through to Bale. You worry about the energy levels of Portsmouth as the game goes on. Can they sustain this heroic work rate? They're nervous, the Spurs fans.
Bentley's corner delay. James was up. Crouch beat him to it for once. But the target would not be found. But the range was.
How close was this? So aggressive. Just the last minute, he's just aware of the presence of David James. You just take your eye off it, you're just aware of it, and you slice it off your head. He can't believe it. Kevin Bond's got his head in his hands.
Bentley. Super cross. And for all of his 6'7", Crouch didn't have enough inches. Backheel by Modric to Bale. Modric wants it back. Good cross, Pavlyuchenko. Unable to keep it down. But the crosses are finding their target now.
Just lost their shape a little bit in the middle of the park. Portsmouth, there's big gaps there now. It's easier to get the ball out wide. With that back four and Mark Wilson in front. They're really courageous this afternoon, going for everything, and if one defender doesn't get it, someone else comes in and covers. There he is, the pest, Michael Brown, clever, gets a decision from the referee.
It's like a mini Robbie Savage in a way. If you're an opposing fan, you will hate him, but if he plays for your club, you will be besotted by him.
Yeah, he graduated with honours from the Neil Warnock School of Football Gamesmanship, professionalism, depending on who you support.
Here he is. Kevin Prince Boateng. On the overlap for Finnan, who's been involved in one of the main incidents of the game. Which would go unpunished, that handball. A lot of space on this near side, and maybe Chorluka will spot him. He should have. Picky on. Portsmouth were almost in, but Brown just couldn't get the foot out. Tempo's picking up again. Long by Modric. Pavlyuchenko controlled it, but Ricardo Roca, Champions League player this season with Standard Liège. He's just about timed everything right this afternoon. Huddleston and Modric. Now Bale in space, and a good low cross, and Crouch is in there. And they're getting closer.
Yeah, but what about the defending? McQuainer does really well here, Peter Crouch. Great design, gets a touch, but McQuainer, that's top-class defending.
Has to be when you have a man as loud behind you. Pavlyuchenko not moving. Crouch certainly is at the back post. Neither found. A slip, which might just have opened the door. Pavlyuchenko denied again by Ricardo Rocha. Man who's been there to mop everything up.
Yeah, Peter Crouch really frustrated with that one. First sign of tiredness from that Portsmouth defence. Just a growing authority about Spurs in terms of their build-up play, but still no cutting edge.
Wonderfully released. Dindan surged forward, but Prince Boateng's attempt to find Piquion denied, and misses Modric on the way. And Crouch is waiting in the middle, and Pavlyuchenko alongside. Pavlyuchenko looked at Bentley, but went himself and hit his colleague. Chorluka. Suddenly it's all Tottenham. Bentley taking on Mullins. Good ball into the slipstream to find Chorluka. Huddleston. Again, it came off a colleague. Chorluka. Oh, cleared off the line by Makuena and almost touched into his own net previously. Panic stations now.
He knew what he was doing. He was in the right position. Just had an awkward touch, and then he dealt with it. McQueen has been fantastic.
Bentley's outswinger, helped away by Mullins. Huddleston. Major Tottenham pressure, unable to capitalise, and maybe being caught on the break. Good control by Brown. Prince Boateng. Piquion in support. Piquion won't be found. Great run and a major warning to Spurs.
Yeah, it was great experience by Michael Brown. Modric didn't fancy the ugly side of it, kind of gave up on Boateng, trusted Dawson to deal with it. And in the end, Gomez makes a easy enough save.
And with another Tottenham move breaking down, super long ball by Makuena, finding Prince Boateng. Piquion in support. Dindan also. Piquion. Was he being held?
Yeah, well done, Avram Grant. I think he said to Boateng, Bentley doesn't fancy tracking you, get in that box. Attack is the best form of defence. He's a real threat now on the breakaway.
Brown and Yebda. Finnan closest by. Went for the long option. Boateng. The opportunities are falling to him again.
Pure showbiz. Loves the limelight. Back Evan. Decent strike, but never on target. Decent facial expressions afterwards.
German under-21 international who is eligible to play senior football for Ghana. As he once told Yogi Löw, the senior boss 3 years ago. Bentley, enough of a touch. Now Chorluka, good ball in the middle. Crouch at the back of it, and almost something spectacular from Steve Finnan, but not at the right end.
Well, he's hanging in there, isn't he, Steve Finnan? Again, spooked by the presence of Peter Crouch. He gambles. It doesn't go exactly where he wanted it to, but at least he was positive. Got away with it.
The Pompey chimes are being subdued. Huddleston in, but Yebda will come away with it for Pompey. It ends on the day. Extra time if necessary. Penalties if necessary.
No fear in this Pompey camp. They've got nothing to lose. You know, it's two Premier League sides, although we know from next season it's guaranteed Portsmouth will be in the Championship. But it would be a humiliation in the minds of Tottenham supporters if they were to lose this semi-final. That's pressure.
I still fancy they might be compensated if they do finish fourth in the league, though. Modric. Good charge down. Anderson did well. Bentley cut inside and a space to shoot. He scored 4 times this season, David Bentley, but in his 200th club start, would not add number 5.
I'd be interested to see the stats about how many shots on target and off target. I do feel that while players' technique or lack of it is a contributing factor to that, I think the pitches as well.
21 attempts on goal for Tottenham, 8 for Portsmouth. 10 on target for Spurs, 5 for Pompey.
You're a genius, Will. All that in your head. Incredible.
Palacios and Bale. Another Tottenham surge. Pavlyuchenko coming to the near post and crouches at the back. And would ultimately run into Bentley, but had found the side netting anyway. But Gareth Bale's making it happen again down the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's the battle they're winning. Bale versus Finnan. It's a great little stand-up, just a little bit over here. And let's be fair to Stephen Finnan there. Even though he was beaten, he never gave up. That just made it a little bit more awkward. Couldn't get it just right. He thought it was in.
Ever troublesome Peter Crouch. Boateng trying to find Piquillon. Mark Wilson's challenge for the throw. So if you were an international manager, you'd pick Wilson, would you?
Certainly worth a place in the squad.
Hard work by Bentley, but did well to keep it in play and made just to force the corner. And has, off Hayden Mullins. Major remonstrations with David Richardson, the assistant.
I think he's saying he's too bob and he's had a... Well, I can't make out that a bit, but I think it involves a nightmare.
It's been a nightmare season for Portsmouth. How cruel it would be if this decision ultimately cost them more Wembley glory. I do think he said more than that, to be fair. Kevin Prince Boateng, support from Brown on the left and Dindan on the right. Yebda. Dindan. Ivorian has scored crucial goals this season, 7 of them. Ultimately wouldn't be enough to keep them up. Wonder how crucial this free kick will be. Gareth Bale, the offender.
This is, if you're positive against players, you make up officials' minds, and it's a good decision. Hasn't got enough of the ball. Dindan has worked so hard today.
Time to complete the Croatian triangle. Nico Kranjčar, the Pompey old boy, is at hand. Prince Boateng's free kick, but the man who gave it away was the man who headed it away, Gareth Bale. Kranjčar's arrival can now be completed, and David Bentley, who, like Bale, but on the right-hand side, has done an awful lot for Tottenham in the game, is being withdrawn.
I think it's a decent move. I think he'll cause problems down if they deploy him on the right-hand side.
End of the milestone game for Bentley.
Very intelligent player, Kranjčar.
On that occasion, the same couldn't be said of Roman Pavlyuchenko. It is Portsmouth's free kick. inviting angle, and they're inviting as many up as possible, including Yebda. Picquion fell in the area. Brown's head. Graham header away by Crouch. Would make a good centre-back with his inches. Here goes Palacios. Pavlyuchenko is furthest forward, Crouch arriving. First touch for Kranjčar. Expected reaction for his contributions from the Pompey fans who idolised him once.
The advantage for Spurs on that right-hand side is when they're going down the left flank, they're effective, but Dindan's working hard. But when they go the right-hand side, Kevin the Prince Boateng, he's always coming from behind the play. Just get good quality possession in wide areas. Stretch that Portsmouth defence.
Kranjčar.
There's a little naughty one. Michael Brown on Palacios. He's glaring at him.
Huddleston. Blatant whistle. There was a late foot as the ball was being played towards Pavlyuchenko.
It's a little bit of afters from Michael Brown then. And Huddleston's reacted to it. You're going for the tackle and you just move your foot a little bit and you know it's going to kick somebody or grab, and he'll plead innocent. He knew exactly what he's doing. He walks the line all the time. He won't be listening to Alan Wiley. He'll be protesting his innocence. But you like competitors in dressing rooms, strong characters. And they'll feel they deserve at least extra time here today, Portsmouth.
Aim for Crouch, who was second best in the air behind Mark Wilson. Not for the first time today.
I think Mark Wilson's been terrific. I'm sure Giovanni Trapattoni's, if he's not at the game, he's watching somewhere.
I haven't seen him. Crouch. Good pullback for Kranjčar. Luka. The three Croats in the Tottenham side all play together. It's Dinamo Zagreb, so they've known each other for years, and it's that combination which is working well now. Helped this time by Luka down the right.
We look at Boateng again, he's the wrong side, and Mullins is just saying to him, I need a bit of help here. I've got Luka, Kranjčar.
Not signed to be a defender. Picquion and long by Brown. Would be a lengthy one too. And Song didn't put the foot wrong. Brown carrying and back for Gomez. Has been a cup winner back in Brazil with Cruzeiro. Won the Dutch Cup as well with PSV. Feat which would be equalled a few years later by David James. Kranjčar for Palacios. Corner number 14 for Tottenham. It has become the path of the game. I suppose I need to tell you the corner taker either. Right in front of the Portsmouth fans. The former Portsmouth midfielder, Kranjčar. Dawson's complaining of a stamped foot. Outswinger from Cranchar. Is the chosen move. Crouch with a head back in, all over the place. Corner number 50.
He knows how close that was. Hanging in there. Someone misses it. Someone else gets a head to it, a foot to it. He misses it. Mullins' foot, he wasn't sure where it was going.
Cranchar has an idea. Crouch with a head down. Chorluka with the chance. And scuffed away off the line again, and he's being paid to defend now.
Yeah, does well here. He's in a funny position because he's outside the post. Well, actually, it's probably going wide.
Third time a charm, maybe. Cranchar too high on this occasion for Crouch. Yepta just seemed to halt his step slightly. Push being called against Dindan. He too, twice a cup winner with Anderlecht. And the man whose cross won the cup for Portsmouth 2 years ago, set to make his arrival. Lacios for Modric. Chorluka. Pavlyuchenko for Crouch. Almost a wall pass off the big man. Modric fought hard and battled, but it's blue possession and it's brown, and it's too ambitious. Big games on the way for Tottenham. Arsenal at home midweek, Chelsea at home next weekend, Manchester United away. If they get results from all three, only cruelty would deny them a Champions League place. Cranchar. Chorluka, and a good foot. And then overexcited strike from the Croat. And Yepta's being withdrawn, who I thought wasn't quite so firm of foot the last 5-10 minutes. Just a slight limp, I thought, the last time he picked the ball up on that Portsmouth right. And the Lone Star from Benfica awkwardly comes off. And John Utaka is on. His contribution to Portsmouth Football Club, I'm sure, down the south coast will never be forgotten. But I think that's more an injury call than a tactical one. They look as if they're going to get 33% extra free.
Pace has really slowed down now. It's a crucial time. There's no wriggle room. You make a mistake now, you're probably out. Players a bit more careful, more conservative. What we have, we hold. But if you'd taken or given Avram Grant extra time before the game, I think it'd have snapped your hand off.
First touch for Utaka, who has the fresh legs, then the fresh vision. And a corner for Portsmouth. Michael Dawson saw him coming and just did enough. And Portsmouth believe again. Utaka. Prince Boateng. Curled in with some danger, but again Dawson was there. Owner of the armband, so reliable. Utaka, and again Prince Boateng. Won't be crowned in normal time, surely now.
Another shot off target. I'm not sure he would have fancied extra time. beforehand.
Their seats have been booked. Words of wisdom are now being dreamt. Crouch's foot was high, but
clever, wasn't it, though, by Rocker, the way he goes down. Look, just getting rattled. What does that do? That lifts the crowd.
Was there a touch?
No. There was contact, but it wasn't the foot.
Modric in an awful lot of space on the far side, but no vision to find it. And Tottenham have raised the gear. Victory is still possible within the next 2 minutes. Palacios with the cross. And Modric has kept it in. And that's a good ball for Bale, who's in the area. And Crouch, good save. Bale's in there. And David James has saved Pompey again.
Unbelievable. The big man cannot believe it. Great run, great ball, great touch, great save.
Point blank all the way.
He's in the pink. Are Portsmouth in it too?
In by Croucher, and the touch came from Crouch, but not firm enough. Brown couldn't clear it. It's Modric. It's deflected. And David James, who's never been a shrinking violet, will hold on to it as long as he can and send the game to extra time.
Well, he's got no fingernails left. Sometimes you just can't explain how you hang on. You dig deep. It's not about tactics, it's not about skill, technique. It's about heart, guts. No one can question the fighting qualities, the characteristics. Look as though they're going to get extra time at least for Pompey.
Utaka could have had another cross from heaven at Wembley, but overcooked.
I can't wait for it, Will.
It will be on the way, and Harry Redknapp and Avram Grant have some extra thinking and talking to do. 90 minutes at Wembley, unable to divide them. And after those 90 minutes, it is all square and goalless. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Portsmouth 0, and extra time will follow.
Players deserve honorary medals, whichever way it goes from here, for their contribution to the competition this season. Back to Will and Pat.
So a rebooting and another pre-match toss required, led by Alan Wiley. Avram Grant has been a cup final loser in England. Has been a cup winner in his native Israel 3 times. Peter Crouch, and not so much Pavlyuchenko in the second half, coming so close to score for Tottenham. 33 goal-scoring attempts in the 90 minutes, but no goals somehow. Tottenham are attacking in this second half in this first period of extra time in the same direction as they did in the second half. Still that one man in pink to beat. Luka. Here goes Mullins. Tottenham losing an extra time the last time they played in a cup semi-final. Gap of 9 years, an eternity for them in this competition. Semi-final number 18 11 more than Portsmouth, who of the previous 6 have won 4. Bell, very well denied by Mark Wilson. They're not sunk yet. Huddleston. Aimed for the front two again of Pavlyuchenko and Crouch. Utaka, Portsmouth's only sub, which means they've 2 to bring off the bench in extra time.
He's looked lively since he's come on.
And he still has it.
Not something that you can accuse him of all the time at Portsmouth.
Kevin Prince Boateng. 22 corners there were in the game, 17 for Tottenham. Portsmouth had most of the possession, you won't believe that. But it is true. And they have it again now. With Hayden Mullins, who was in the West Ham squad that reached the Cup final in 2006, but was suspended for the last Millennium final. Piquion, tight angle! Almost didn't matter.
Great movement, just the ball. A little heavy, it's running away from him, he just struggles to get the right contact.
One of those who, due to FIFA rules, has played for 2 countries, for his native Martinique in the Gold Cup. Football tournament as opposed to the race. French cap against Austria 3 years ago, but nothing doing in the international scene since then. Pavlyuchenko, too far for Crouch, and James, tellingly, happy to let it run.
Talk about Martinique, isn't there a cocktail? It's called Martinique as well. Last time you were here, and
I don't know about these things, you would.
Last time you were here, you were watching the Throssels hanging over that corporate area, eating your curry. There might be Martiniques there for you as well.
Flick on by Piquion, and this is Utaka. Play will be held up for a fruity knock.
I think Portsmouth will take penalties at this stage. Of course, you hope to nick it, and
Dawson rising with Piquion. And the man on loan from Lyon.
good for the Spurs fans. They've been outsung this afternoon. They realise the enormity now of the next 25, 30 minutes. What a response from the Portsmouth fans.
Crouch for Pavlyuchenko, and back to Crouch from Makuena. Bale, what a season he's had. Modric, opening for Palacios. They're all trying the Messi finesse, but very few have it.
Well, Wilson doesn't get too many. Little chip, just tries to lift it, bend it in a corner, but David James can relax.
Third season in English football, and only one goal against Hull in the 5-1 win up at the KC in August. Dindan, aim for Piquion. contest of strength with Basong. Balance was a priority on that occasion. Tunnel was found rather impressively. By Mark Wilson it was. It bounced from the foot of Cranshaw.
It's all smiles, isn't it? Peter Crouch had one he saved, he was smiling at him. Cranshaw had one, he's smiling back at him.
Brown, good ball by Piquillon for Prince Boateng. Cross wasn't bad, touched out by Gareth Bale. Portsmouth with their first quarter of extra time.
Well, they say this lad can't defend, Gareth Bale, but when the cross comes in, he's got a big decision to make. Wants to deal with it, gets a good contact, takes no chances. He's had a couple of good defensive headers as well, Will, from set plays.
Correna's come up from the back, awaiting the outswinger by Brown. Up was Wilson, and a chase, and a mistake, and an opening for Pavlyuchenko. Snatched at it.
He didn't snatch at it, he was weak mentally. Look at the match-up here. Steve Finnan, he's got no legs. And the only reason he's not taking another touch, he's worried about his pace. He's not brave enough to try and get a touch across the defender. Commit him, you might get a penalty, but you'll certainly get a better shooting angle.
Weak mentally, so he snatched at it. Pompey free kick in a good position for it.
They're loving every minute of it.
Wilson to take. And 4 to which you can aim it at. And Piquillon! And Portsmouth lead!
What a moment for those long-suffering Portsmouth fans that have seen their club almost go to the wall. They're amongst the most fanatical and loyal in the country. And what about this for a award? What about the pitch? Dawson slips. You've got to be there. The slip means he's on his own. Extra time, Wembley, no chance for Gomez.
Goal number 11 of the season, Frederick Piquillon. Tottenham must respond. And they're doing so with Pavlyuchenko, and Crouch got the foot in.
I'm going to hit the post, you know. You look here, Pavlyuchenko pulls it back once again, gets there.
Post it was. After 100 minutes.
Now we'll find out what they're made of. The old accusation against Spurs that when it comes down to it, they don't have the bottle, they crumble. I think they've been absolutely tremendous in the league. But I thought this might be wobbly for them. I didn't see it as straightforward. What a huge mountain they've got to climb now. Now Harry Redknapp might take penalties.
Football rarely is straightforward. Both managers have lost penalty shootouts. in major finals in the last 24 months. Grant in Moscow, and Redknapp here. Bale, beautiful by Bale, queuing up. James has dropped it, balls in the net from Crouch, but denied by the whistle.
Yeah, it's a foul. Big decision. Didn't give a handball against Steve Finnan. He drops it. How much contact? How much does Cranshaw interfere with James? Great stand-up, great skill. What a game the kids had. Now, Cranshaw. Is that a foul? I don't think so. It's a poor decision. If you look, it's actually James struggling to get there. There's no physical contact. In fact, Cranshaw's been pushed from behind by Rocker. I don't think that's a good decision. In fact, he can't believe it. I think it's shocking. He knows they got away with it.
David James very much can, and it is an eye-opening decision which keeps Portsmouth in the lead. And here goes Modric again. Good ball in towards the centre. Good Johnson's come on and is waiting in the middle, and will continue to wait there. The man whose father had a penalty saved by Tony Parks in the 1984 UEFA Cup final to earn Tottenham European glory. Met by the head of Brown. Portsmouth coming away with Utaka. That's the last throw of the dice by Harry Redknapp now. Setanta still goes and won't find Piquion. Expect a Spurs onslaught from here on in. 28 goal attempts in the game. 28 times they've been denied. It's like three-man front line now as well.
Taking off a penalty taker as well. Tom Huddleston missed one in the cup game against Bolton at the Reebok.
Mullins. Well, in fairness, if you're going to do that, at least it's a Champions League winner he's bringing on. Palacios and Modric, Crouch, Cranshaw. Could he go all the way at Wembley? The spirits of Ricky Villa couldn't be telegraphed.
Well, the criticism of young Michael Dawson is that he does tend to play well, but...
Good ball through, Pavlyuchenko brought down!
Offside.
Whistle in Portsmouth's favour. The flag not in Tottenham's. Otherwise, Makawena would have been in massive trouble.
Oh, the twitching will start now. This will hurt. Still got 15 minutes. Never seen him as animated as I have today. He's been up and down off that bench to the pitch. Half-time, he was going around to the players. I think he learnt from his previous experience at extra time at Wembley when he was criticised for being so dull.
Portsmouth on the offensive, and they lead, and it's just where they want to be. Two turning points in the game from a Tottenham point of view, both of that goal away to the right. One where a penalty penalty wasn't given. The other when a goal wasn't given.
Well, he's had enough.
Unwatchable.
Well, if anyone ever doubted the credentials of Avram Grant as a manager, didn't take seriously his record in Israel and for Israel, we'll have to revise that now.
Kevin Prince Boateng, long. And Portsmouth lead at half-time and extra time. And the man with the ball in his grasp is the man who's got the ball in the net. Frederick Piquillon pounced on a Wilson Palacios error to drive past Gomez. Portsmouth are 15 minutes away from a Wembley return. A season they'll never forget for all the wrong reasons, but the FA Cup has given them room. And Avram Grant does have the luxury of 2 more substitutions up his sleeve. It's been a season you couldn't make up from a Portsmouth point of view, and a restart you couldn't invent either. Handing the initiative straight away in this final period of extra time to Tottenham.
Hope Piquillon didn't have a bet on when the first throw-in in the second half of extra time was going to take place.
Good Johnson. And Bassong, who's moved very heavily forward. That's interesting. Crouch controlled it. Can he finish it? Can he stay on his feet? Bale is there. Good stop, James.
Yeah, just gets the wrong side of McKenna, but Steve Finnan using all his experience, his body's on there a couple of times. Once again, David James in the right place at the right time.
Remember Matt Letitia saying in his book that he led a consortium that once had a big bet on the first throw-in, and they got it badly wrong. Here goes Bale, who's got just about everything right in the game. But Pavlyuchenko couldn't.
Yeah, just the final ball, I mean, it's okay without being great. The pitch again, Dindan slips, looks up. To be fair to the Prince, he just puts a bit of pressure on. Never give up.
Palacios surging. A song to start it all over again. Tottenham attacking the end where their fans are in this second period of extra time.
He's offside.
And Gudjonsson had strayed too far. Caught out by Kirkup.
Oh, they don't like that, players. Those assistant referees have a little smile.
Time for Tottenham to play up. Time for Tottenham to score. If they don't, this will be their only Wembley visit of the season.
Just got to keep believing, Spurs. Just looking for a hero.
The song across for Bale, who's making things happen.
Like that. Well,
yeah, just like that, yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of Harry Redknapp doing an interview during training, being hit by a ball, but I think that was a similar kind of reaction. And it's still Piquillon's goal that divides them. Dindan taking on Bale. Got past two very easily. Prince Boateng. His old club back home in Germany, wearing blue, and like Portsmouth will be rooted to the bottom of the table. The stadium slightly larger than Fratton Park though. Franchard. Ball was won. Brown's lost it. So did Crouch. Brown to come away with it. The self-belief is there and evident amongst all the on-pitch representatives of Portsmouth Football Club. Play will be called back. Franchard hasn't recovered from that moment outside the area.
How is that not a free kick? Who is it?
Brown.
Michael Brown. You know what's happening there. Good referee. Knows exactly. He's wrapping his legs around. That hurts. I'll tell you what, Alan Wiley, he will not be on Harry Redknapp's Christmas card list. Disallowed a goal that should have stood. Didn't give a penalty that Tottenham should have had. And of course, this is all wasting vital seconds.
.600 of them left. Bale, great pace and bounce, and good Johnson, and Bale, and handball seemingly by Franchard, but that wasn't whistled either, and it's a corner for Tottenham, their 19th of the game.
You can't believe that.
Franchard again, with the comfort of his own fans behind him, hence the lack of boos. Brown, chance to clear, chance to break for Portsmouth. Tottenham in big trouble with only Palacios back. Dindan, if he found Piquionne, surely game over.
Well, 10 minutes, 11 minutes away. Can they hang on?
Franchard. Long for Crouch. Test of his crossing abilities coming.
He looks at the pitch. He looks at the floor. Is it slipping away? Big. Here's the big man. Papa Bouba Diop.
Scored the first goal of World Cup 2002, and if he gets what he desires in the next 8 minutes, we'll be drilling the final nail into Tottenham's coffin.
And if they do it, who does that man have from Grant get in the final? His old mates at Stamford Bridge.
It's Piquionne, the goal scorer. The hero of the day for now will not have the honour of celebrating on the pitch when the whistle goes if it remains like this. But isn't it strange among the vagaries of the season that we've had for the first time since I think 49, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool going out this early. Chelsea still make the final of the Big Four.
And I'm sure that Ancelotti won't be too disappointed if it's Portsmouth rather than Tottenham. That's the final people expected.
Will it come to pass? Franchard, not like that. And Chelsea have gone goals mad against Portsmouth in recent weeks. 5-0 drubbing at Fratton Park. They haven't scored in the last three, Portsmouth, going into today.
They have got a problem at centre-half at Tottenham. I mean, Dawson's valiant, he's courageous. Harry's made him captain in the absence of Ledley King and his injuries, and Robbie Keane going up north to Celtic. But, you know, where is Ledley King today? He's injured, and where on earth is Jonathan Woodgate?
Tottenham not helped by their injury roster, and they've not helped themselves on the pitch either. A plum 30 goal-scoring attempts for them, all without reward. Good ball by Modric, and Bale has got the cross. No whistle, no whistle.
Well, I think that might well be ball to hand. But what a great touch. And you see, good decision. Good defending.
Had to deal with a few pot shots in the game as Steve Finnan. And on the brink of another Wembley Cup final, having been a winner with Liverpool in 2006, Champions League winner the year before. Bale, why not have a go? It's gone to the back post brilliantly. Opportunity, fell perfectly for Chorluka, and the flag had stayed down.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Right place, wrong man. Only one goal this season for him. Crouches up, but absolutely no problem for his international colleague. And out immediately for Dindan. Utaka forward alongside. He might go all the way. Dindan brought down. Where was the ball? Penalty, Portsmouth. Victory awaits.
Well, you see on your screen there the score. Tottenham 0, Portsmouth 1, and ET afterwards. Well, I'll tell you what, this is out of this world for Portsmouth, and that's a shocking decision. Clearly got the ball. Look at that. Gets the ball there. And Harry Redknapp will be absolutely furious. But if it's about heart, if it's about courage and work rate and sticking together in hard times, then no one can deny Portsmouth, the football club, the fans, and Avram Grant at this moment. Score this, and they're in the final against Chelsea. He's wanted a goal all afternoon, this guy.
Kevin Prince Boateng, the kick to decide definitively if Portsmouth reach their second cup final in 3 years. The Prince is the penalty king, and Portsmouth surely are FA Cup final bound.
What a moment. What a moment for these guys. Sung their hearts out all afternoon. And his worst nightmare is coming true. Tottenham have a special affinity with the FA Cup. Great penalty. Gomez going the right way. And that's it, surely now. And they know it.
Sold by Harry Redknapp. Back to haunt Harry Redknapp in the manner of Darren Bent. And the FA Cup that was in the dreams of Tottenham fans this season is now getting decidedly bent. Well out of shape. 3 minutes to score 2 goals and send us to penalties. Palacios edged out, elbowed out, free kick Tottenham.
So many heroes though today for Portsmouth. I never understand that, you know, with fans. You're supposed to support your team, and it's easy just to walk away, isn't it?
The Tottenham end is emptying. In by Bale and a gallant try.
It doesn't really sum up the afternoon, it just sums up how Tottenham fans will feel.
And for ripping off his shirt, yellow card for Kevin Prince Boateng. He will scarcely care at this stage. Portsmouth with 2 changes made. And now making a third.
been terrific.
Aidan Mullins gets his moment in the sun.
Hamstring doesn't feel tight now, does it?
Richard Hughes, who's been a cup hero for Portsmouth. Some great winning goals in the past. Liverpool knocked them out 6 seasons ago. Assuring job being done now as Tottenham win corner number 20.
Well, he's got to try and lift them. See if they can just have one final push for the top four, but they'll need no lifting. They'll be singing all the way back to the south coast tonight. Michael Brown, magnificent. McQuainer, for me, man of the match. Finnan hung in there gallantly against Bale. David James didn't put a foot wrong. Got away with one of his hands being wrong when he dropped it.
It will be a Portsmouth free kick.
Piquion's unselfish play up front rewarded after that awful Dawson slip with that crucial breakthrough goal. And that man will be in the headlines, unfortunately, tomorrow, Alan Wiley. Big decisions, 3 of them. I think he's got them all wrong.
Referees always tend to be in the spotlight. That song, the latest in the book, incidentally. That's two yellow cards apiece in the game.
But in football, disappointment's almost always a constant companion. It's never too far away, but I don't think Harry will have ever felt lower than after this game, and Avram Grant will probably never have felt better.
And it's found the Prince, the man whose goal has made it 2-0, has made the lead insurmountable, has made the ridiculous, crazy, laughable dreams of Portsmouth Football Club a reality. And will they become even more firm now? Super ball by Dindan, picked up by Utaka. Utaka with the strike, and Gomez required to deny a third. They're loving this in a way that they've not loved football in some time.
Well, they loved the quarter-final. That was unbelievable. This is just dreamland. It shows you in football, you can't ever give up. Avram Grant, good substitutions as well. Now he's taken off a couple of guys, haven't really worked out. No one's really impacted off the bench.
Brown got the foot in. Modric has been dragged back.
Sums up the spirit of Pompey, the tactical foul right at the end.
It's a lesson that you never take anything for granted in football. The 2010 FA Cup final will pair Chelsea and Portsmouth. Avram Grant reunited with his former employers back at Wembley. And Harry Redknapp and Avram Grant embracing as Redknapp is thwarted by his former club.
It's a classy gesture. Harry Redknapp must really, really hurt. But you can't say that the work, desire, hunger of this Portsmouth team doesn't deserve to be rewarded. Goals change our perception of the games. If it had been a Portsmouth defender that had slipped, got that first goal, might have been a different story. The referee had have allowed Crouch to score that one when it should have been allowed, it would have been a different story. But they're all ifs and buts. The history books will show one thing, and that's these guys, they're coming back to Wembley.